welcome fellow dreamers, and welcome back to the next segment of Healing Messages from Lemuria. Unfortunately, October's over, but we are going into November, my birth month, and I've switched the calendar art out to the November dragon, and I have to say it kind of looks like it's giving me Balerion vibes from Game of Thrones. The backdrop here though kind of looks like the Paris catacombs. Kind of reminds me of Fafnir a little bit. Anyways, this Halloween didn't quite go as I expected. I lost another one of my parakeets. Whatever you do, please don't buy animals from PetSmart. I made a mistake in thinking that PETA was full of it when they said that the pet trade at PetSmart was really bad, and turns out they were right. My parakeets keep dying of these health problems, and I don't know how to stop it. I either keep finding them dead, or I'll take them to the vet, and the vet will just say there's nothing they can do, and treat them like they're disposable, basically. It's frustrating, They become your children. Adama is having a hard time, too. He, was primarily an animal healer, and Reiki and natural remedies can only go but so far. And every time he would lose one, it would be hard on him, too. And, we had to resort to Reiki when the vet kept saying there was nothing she could do. And even then, that wouldn't help. I mean, it kept them alive a little longer, but their bodies were just failing them, One just liver failure out of nowhere. The second one was cancer. And the third one, she had an infection in her ovaries, and we were told was genetic by the vet. And when we took her in, we thought they would be able to help her, and they said she'd be fine after antibiotics, and they just found her yesterday. And I wanted to have the best Halloween ever, and I wanted Year of the Dragon to be the best year ever, but I don't know, it's just been a hard year. Everything's been going wrong. I've been through so much. I've been abused. I've lost my cat, and 3 of my birds in 1 year. And I'm sorry I just needed to vent, I guess. You're probably wanting an update on the ritual. I did do the ritual, with my fake candle. They're fake, don't worry. I think I've said this in a video before, but they are fake. They're plastic. The black one is already burned out, and I tried replacing the batteries, and it burned out again. That's when I knew it was like a spiritual reason that it went out. So I did ask my angel why this was, and he said that the first part of the ritual has already been done. So, yeah, once the ritual's complete, maybe I'll go more into detail on what it was, but, anyways, I'm sorry to start off this video so negatively. I'm just tired of being disappointed with life, you know, on this planet. Enough of that, though. Let's get into some Lemurian healing messages, because I desperately need them. I'm gonna show you something cool. I got a bunch of stickers sent to me, so I put these stickers on here to make the box look a little more Lemurian. I don't know, I think I just made it look more school lockerish, but I tried. The other stickers I was sent are on my tarot chest. Alright. See what healing messages we're getting today. Oh wait, we already got a card sticking out. Okay, we got 6 of Candles in reverse. Something needs to be faced. Six of Wands in reversed. Looks like, yeah, I do feel like my celebrations were ruined. I'm sure maybe there's other people out there too. Hey, it's not just me. We're all in this together, aren't we? The world is just full of disappointment. 2 of Wands in reverse. They're unclear of what to do next. Okay, Moon in reverse. Something about a choice needing to be made. Oh. Perhaps it's time to let go of something that's bringing you negativity. More inner child work is needed and should help. Okay. There's a delay. But things are still fresh. So if you're starting something and you feel like it's failing, this is a reassurance not to give up, because even though there's a delay now, it will be fulfilled, and you will get that abundance you were promised. Excuse me. Let's get into the Beyond Lemuria Oracle cards. Okay, these all just kind of fanned out, so I'm gonna... And I feel drawn to pull the butterfly one as well. So I can already tell you right now, right off the bat, I'm going to examine the artwork on some of these. This looks like the Tree of Life right here. and somebody kind of becoming the tree of life. And this is actually something I've been kind of learning with my alchemy. This was a failed attempt at a pendant, but totem. But I may turn it, I may use it as a mold and try again, but it's Ouroboros, surrounding the Tree of Life, or Jormungandr, whatever you want to call him. And then I've got, you know, as you noticed, my runes are made out of tree parts. So, I also found this at a flea market-esque store themed around the Tree of Life. It's got all the runes on it. And it's surrounding what I believe, I'm pretty sure is another Lemurian quartz. Oops. So yeah, I'm excited about that. I've been, it's helping me with my energy. Yeah, and it's kind of confirmed here, because this is what I'm trying to do. Me and Adama are trying to get our solar plexus chakra to fully connect, because it won't. I mean, he's in the right half of my body, but we're still having an imbalance and a disconnect, and we're trying to reconnect. We're trying to connect it. I don't... That looks like a lotus, kinda, doesn't it? Lotuses grow out of mud. I think Adama right now is reassuring me that even though it kind of feels like I'm in stagnant water, we are gonna grow up through this beautiful flower, as we've always done in the past. Got a dragonfly here, which my dragons always turn into when they when they do have a physical appearance. Then I've got my butterfly Hope over here, reminding me that everything is okay. So let's turn the cards over and read them. Earth. Nurture nature. No one can hold you the way nature can. Mama Nature is a powerful healer and transmuter of dense energies. She takes in your out breath and can transform your woes if you can allow yourself to surrender, to lie in her grassy arms or to embrace her branches. All experiences, those categorized as good or bad, are part of the natural cycle that allows for the continuation of life. Trying to suppress or control will bring only I think that was a typo on their end. Only bring you out of harmony. Nature is all around you. Notice her. When you feel like no one else can hold you, she can. So I think, I was listening to another reading where they said the trees were going to give me powers. And I think right now Adama wants me to focus on embracing nature and choose to tune into nature when bad memories or thoughts come up. And to choose to turn negatives into positives, which is tricky. And you know, you can connect with nature even if you're not outside. That's what crystals are for. Which right now I've been having to wear my smoky quartz. See? Because it's a painkiller, and You know, I just had a bad Halloween. Anyways, luminescence. When we journey through life from our hearts, it illuminates the darkness. Illusion drops away. And I want to say, like, these messages are for you too, because I don't think I'm the only one that's going through this. You know, maybe you're being encouraged to get in touch with nature too. It illuminates the darkness, illusions drop away, and we see what is real. Consider the parts of yourself you may not be accepting. You may be experiencing inner dissonance due to what you are trying to push away. This card is about self-love, deep, compassionate, unconditional love that brings you into wholeness with luminescence, which means essence of life. Nothing shines like a heart emanating with love. You can shine through the shadows most gracefully when there is no fear within. Accept all your shades to allow more light and love inside and out of your world. That is another reminder of to do shadow work, to explore shadow work, and something that I learned from shadow work is to teach you to love yourself unconditionally. Like, even if Adama didn't come from it, you know, like, the biggest point is you want to love yourself unconditionally. You want to, when you're writing, the first thing I would do is I would write down in the journal how I felt, you know? Like, for example, I feel like my vet doesn't really care if my parakeets live or die. I feel like she thinks they're disposable, and that she's not even trying. And then I respond to that as if I were responding to somebody else. I write down next, I write, you know, you are valid. Your feelings are valid. And only then can I start exploring other solutions, like looking for a new vet, or, I don't know, you know what I mean, just, trying natural remedies if the vet won't help. But, you know, it really does make a difference to tell yourself that your feelings are valid, that you're not crazy, you know, especially if you're somebody like me who's been gaslit all their life, who's had somebody in their life playing devil's advocate all the time and trying to get you to see the other person's perspective when you just want to be listened to for once. And you just want to be heard for once, and you just want to, you know, it feels good for somebody to not make you question your sanity and question if you really were in the wrong or if you really were in the right, when you know good and well that you didn't do anything wrong. These, you know, it's not right to talk about somebody behind their back. It's not right to purposefully make your partner upset. It's not right to bully your people who are under you at work until they can't take it anymore and quit, or worse. You know, and the last thing you need when you come for help and somebody to talk to is for someone to sit there and tell you that you're overreacting or you're overthinking things. And that's why shadow work helps so much, because you need to Because a lot of the times, something else I learned from shadow work is that a lot of these things that I suppressed were not things that I was even ashamed of. It was just something I felt like I had to do. And a lot of these things that I, tried to... A lot of these things that I was insecure about were not even things that I was really insecure about. It was just judgments that other people had, And when you realize that, only then can you start loving yourself unconditionally. And you need that. You need to be in your own corner if nobody else will be. And you need to, if nobody else is validating you, you need to validate yourself, because right from wrong. You were raised that way. You know what's mean, you know what's cruel, and you know that when somebody else does it to you, it's wrong. It doesn't matter who they are, it doesn't matter, it just... If you are being mistreated, you need to stand up for yourself, and nobody should tell you that you're overreacting for that. You should be allowed to say, hey, I'm uncomfortable. Or you should be allowed to set a boundary and say, hey, I really don't like it when you talk about me behind my back. If you have a problem with me, can you come to me and we can talk it out? You should be allowed to request that. You shouldn't be, if somebody's going to double down and insist that they talk about you, then behind your back, instead of talking to you and trying to talk things out with you, then that's a person you need to cut off. You need to cut off somebody that's telling you your boundaries aren't important, what makes you uncomfortable isn't important to me. You need to cut that person off, Okay, the next card is She of the Lotus. Is there a way to fast track growth? It is by being real with the shadowy or unloved parts of ourselves. Shadows can be painful or tender to the touch. Sensitivity can be a trigger that shows us where we might want to spring clean some of our darker, forgotten, ignored, or unhidden corners. Accepting our shadows is the first stage in restoring ourselves to wholeness. In self-love, peel back the layers where there is shame, guilt, or fear, and bring them into the daylight. Under a loving and compassionate light, they will resolve and reassimilate, reminding us that on the flip side of the coin, these are our superpowers. I don't think I have anything to add there. I think it was worded perfectly. There's nothing wrong with you. God created you the way you are because he wanted somebody just like you. Don't change who you are. As long as you're not hurting anybody or yourself, who cares if you're a little weird? Who cares if, you like to wear big jewelry or pretty bright, colorful clothes? Who cares if you're gay or straight? Who cares if, if you got tattoos on your face or whatever? There's nothing wrong with tattoos. I think tattoos are beautiful, but there's a lot of people out there that are kind of stuck up in their feelings about tattoos, and it just makes me want to get more of them. I was told not to get tattoos on my forearm because it might stop me from getting a job, but think about it this way. Do you really want to work for somebody that's going to try to tell you how your body autonomy should look? they don't have a say in that. They just have a say of what jobs they need you to do, and maybe the dress code is stretching a bit even, but, you know, they should not have a say over your body and what you choose to do with it, you know? And that is why I got tattoos on my forearms, because, I mean, that's not the only reason. It's, because I like the artwork and all that, but it's, at the same time, I call them my micromanager repellents, because you know if somebody's gonna think that they have a right to tell you what your body should look like, they're gonna be a micromanager. They're gonna make your job, work life miserable. And it, you know, it's best to just not work in that environment. Heart chakra, unfurling back to love. This chakra card represents love in its many forms. It reminds you that everything in life can unfold into love or fear. When unfurled back enough, the foundation of all you seek lies in the universal desire and right to feel love and be loved. Love heals. God is love. This is the force that will change the world. Have compassion. Expand your awareness and heart-centered radiance for all beings on the planet, encapsulate Earth in love and compassion. Bask in the blissful feeling of the planet and all of its perfect balance, loving you back. And that just goes into what keeps us together. You know, what keeps me and Adama together? Love. What keeps the Earth together? In Norse mythology, it's a giant dragon named Jormungandr, who looks a lot like Ouroboros. But it's just a reminder of love, and to use love as your glue. And one thing is a part of me was kind of hoping I would become bitter, because then maybe I would be safer. But this will just really give you a stark contrast in between what's considered normal and what's considered abnormal. I was talking to one of my former therapists, you know, one of the ones that ganged up and had me thrown out of intensive therapy before I was ready. And two different therapists there said the same thing, and I just couldn't believe such coldness would come from the mouth of a therapist. This should have been one of my first red flags, but I expressed that one of my biggest fears was that my ex would do what he did to me to somebody else. And you know what the therapists both told me? Without even talking to each other? Well, that's not your problem now, is it? Why should you care? I don't know, it kind of rubbed me wrong, because it showed a lack of empathy, you know? And yeah, I know there's technically nothing I could do. I probably shouldn't go trying to warn all of his exes. I mean, I made a universal post warning people about him, and that's as far as I'm willing to go. Warning people that what you see on the internet is just a representative, and that he's really a monster behind closed doors. But I'm not gonna stalk every one of his exes or whatever. I don't know. I mean, I hope they see through him quicker than I did, at least. Nobody deserves that. Nobody deserves that. That was cruel. But, I mean, at least it shows me that I'm not completely the stone-hearted monster that he tried to paint me as. And it shows me that I'm not the monster a lot of my bullies tried to paint me as on DeviantArt, and it shows that I'm not as cold-hearted as the rest of society is. I still have empathy. Even after being betrayed by people so many times, I still had concern for any potential victims. Would they feel similar concern for me? Who's to say? I noticed a lot of the times if you go to help somebody, they wouldn't help you back. Let's get into the next card. Throat chakra, express your truth. Seems like a confirmation there. This chakra is the origin of expression. It is the source of the life spark that inspires your aliveness and strokes the creative fires in others. This is the outer sharing of your inner being, the glowing song of your soul on the winds of your flight to understanding more of who you are. Connect to the crux of your potential and take it further than you could have imagined. As spirit fuses into the tangible, it actualizes as a platform for greater experience, and new facets are sculpted, seeded, and shared as a fractal of light in the form of your own unique language. Well, there you have it. Use your fire. Speak up for yourself. Stand up for yourself. Be your own advocate. Gonna do another sound cleanse before we go into the scrying part of the video. Okay. Move this forward a little. Wait, wrong hand. Okay. As always, the ball is freezing cold. Burns my palm. I really do think that's just the power. I see like sound waves from a boombox. I think that's... Yeah, I'm reminded of the Joker 2, where I think we're all being told to pursue balance through music. Don't know if this is by playing music or listening to music, maybe both. I see teeth, chattering teeth. Kind of looks like Kane from Amazing Digital Circus. Maybe singing will help. I see that heart backdrop from the Powerpuff Girls. Usually comes up when they say, "Once again, the day is saved." Thanks to the Powerpuff Girls, who are made of sugar, spice, and everything nice. Maybe this is a call to heal your heart chakra with herbs. Maybe this is a call to the number 3 being significant. Maybe there's a call to inner child work. Okay, I see a train. Don't know what the train means. Trains are loud. You can always hear them, even from a distance. And now I see a hurricane from the top. Perhaps this is all a message to use your voice, sing your song, tell your story. Maybe I have to bring the musical I wrote about my situation to YouTube. Let's do it. Okay. Knocked back into reality again. Okay. And that'll be it for healing messages from Lemuria. If this segment helped you heal as much as it helped me heal, even though I'm still kind of a little frazzled, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, click that notification bell too. And if you would like to book a personal reading with Adama or any of my other guides, or you would like to, buy some of the other stuff I sell on my website, please go visit DragonRealmBoutique on Etsy. And until next time, fellow dreamers,